Okay, Professor Ugved Devrekar here, and we would be starting with the next lecture. Uh, it's first module, same introduction to data structure, and we are starting with the second topic, operations on data structure. So to start with, the very first and the very basic operations that we can do, operation that we can do on data structure is nothing but to create. Now, when we say it is to create a data structure, what we mean is to allot a memory for that particular data structure. Like when we say we are creating an array, we obviously allot memory for that array and we say that the data structure array is now in existing. So obviously we say that the data structure is set to be created. Unless we create a data structure, we cannot perform any other operation on the data structure. So that's one of the very basic operation, create. Once we do create, the next operation we can do is insert. Now in this, the new element can be added in the existing data structure. So if you see the description properly, here we assume that the data structure must be existing. And that means that the create operation should already be completed. Okay, so when we say insert, we are adding a new element. So we can very well have a new element given by the user, and the operation will add that element to the existing data structure. So as I said, the condition is that a data structure must already be created. So with insert, obviously the next operation that we can think of is delete. In this also, the given element can be removed from the given data structure. Again, based on the implementation we wish to, we can even allow any element to be given for deletion. So if that element is not present in the data structure, the operation can obviously declare an error that that particular element is not found. And if the element is found, it obviously can think of deleting it. Again, the other variants of deletion is also possible. We can even have delete to delete all the occurrences of that particular element from the data structure if the multiple occurrences are allowed. So once we understand this basic operation, based on the context, we would be able to vary their definition, okay, so that it suits the user requirement. The next operation is called modify. Now in this, we are not adding anything, we are not inserting any new element, or we are not even deleting any existing element, but still there is a change in the data structure. And that is when maybe if at all we have a attribute of a element of the data structures getting changed or getting modified. Now, for example, suppose we have now students coming in second year. Okay, so in database, the current year is still maybe first year or FE. So I just want for every student, let's say take for one student, I want its current year, the attribute current year should be changed from FE to SE. Now when that happened, there is a change in the data structure or there is some change that has occurred, but not a new element being added or even the existing element is not deleted. So that particular operation is called as modify. Now this particular operation can also be called as edit or update operation. Okay, so the next one is merge. Now in merge operation, as the name suggests, elements of two or more compatible data structure can be combined into a single data structure. Now, obviously, this merging is not possible for any sort of data structures, as the definition suggests. For merging, it has to be compatible data structure. So if I decide to merge elements of an array with, let's say, elements of a tree, it may not be possible. So that's the reason merging again has a constraint of compatibility. The next operation is sort. As we all of us very much aware that sorting is one of the important operation. You might have studied so far maybe basic type of sorting like bubble sort or something. So the main aim behind sorting is to arrange the elements in the required order. So that can be a ascending order, or it can be descending order, or it can even be alphabetical order possibly. So it has to be arranged in the required order. Now obviously sorting is generally done so that the other operations like searching can be done efficiently. Okay, many of the operations when we perform, the prerequisite of those operations is that the array must be sorted, and hence sorting rather acts as a very important prerequisite for many operations. Now after sort, the next basic operation is search. This is the basic operation we need in most of the system. See, when we say we are querying a system, if at all I have a data in my system and I want to check whether the given element is there or not, it is search. So as the definition suggests, in this, the given element is checked whether it is present in the given data structure or not. So whether the given element is present or not is nothing but called as searching. Again, the basic search that all of us might be aware of is a linear search. But along with that, there are other types of searching as well, which we would be studying in the course. And the last but not the least, very important one called as traversal. Now, as the definition suggests, it is a process of visiting each and every element of the data structure exactly once. Okay, now there are two important aspects of this particular definition. First of all, visiting each and every element. That means all the elements must be visited. None of the element must be kept aside. All of them must be visited. Secondly, elements must be visited exactly once. So no element must be visited more than once. So this is how we can define traversal. See, there are two important aspects like all elements must be traversed and none of them must be traversed more than once. Now, traverse operation is generally used for performing variety of other operations. Like, suppose I want to display my data structure, then obviously I would do a traversal, because traversal will make sure that all the elements of the data structures are visited. If at all, suppose I have let's say a data structure of employee records, and I want to let's say increase the salary of all the employees by 1000, what I will be performing is a traversal operation. So in general, we can say when we have to do some operation with all the elements of the data structure, then we would be performing traversal operation on data structures. Okay, so as we'll go ahead, you would see that different levels of data structure has got different complexity for traversal. Okay, so the traversal operation we would be able to see in almost every data structure that we learn. Fine, so this is about the different operations which we can perform on data structure. So that's the end of the current lecture. In the coming lecture, we would be first doing some kind of a revision of important programming concepts which you would be requiring in your data structure course. So even though the prerequisite of this course is called C programming, and I'm very sure that all of you are potentially very good in C programming, but still there are certain concepts which we have to brush up before we actually start with the data structure. So in the coming lectures, you would see some sort of revision of your programming concepts. Right? So that's all for now. Thank you.